All right, this will be the mandatory mic check. All right, this will be the mandatory mic check. Done. All right, this will be the mandatory.
Alrighty, folks. A spokesman, I just got through watching a video of a spokesman for the Trump administration saying that Jews have now taken control of America's technology and that they are going to use that technology, audio and video, to control and arrest and detain any American citizen that they don't like, under the false premise of anti-Semitism. Now, what is anti-Semitism? Anti-Semitism is the belief that if you say one thing that the Jews don't like, you're an anti-Semite and you have a right to be arrested and killed even. Yes, I said killed. They believe that shit. It's in their book, the Talmud, their book of the law. They actually believe it's okay to kill non-Jews. How many of you knew that? And it's true. It's in the Talmud. All right, so you got crazy people who are non-white, by the way. They don't consider themselves white, who make the claim that it is okay to kill innocent Americans simply for speaking out their opinion. Well, Vaughn, isn't that against the Constitution? Fuck yes, it's against the Constitution. But the Trump administration doesn't give a fuck about freedom of speech, now do they? At least not when it comes to Jewish folk. And so this Jew is on video. I hope I can get a link to the video and get it to you, because you got to see this. You've got to fucking see this. We have control of America's technology and we're going to use it to arrest Americans that we don't like. Well, I'm sorry, but that's against the Constitution of the United States, which guarantees us a right to freedom of speech, freedom to peaceably assemble, and freedom of religion. All right? But the Jews don't care about that. Now you say, well, Vaughn, I don't see Jews being slaughtered in the streets. You're right, you don't. And the reason you don't is because it doesn't happen here in the West. In fact, it doesn't even happen in the East. I mean, is Jews being slaughtered in the streets of Russia? How about Bangladesh? Are Jews being slaughtered in the streets of Bangladesh? How about Australia? How about New Zealand? Are Jews being slaughtered in the streets of Australia or New Zealand?
Why? Yes, they are, Vaughn. Have you been keeping up on the news, lady? Huh? Oops. Hey, Von Helton? You haven't been watching the news about Jews being slaughtered in the streets of Australia? You don't know about that? It happened yesterday. Von Helton? God damn it. Keep up, Buttercup.
Okay, so what is this push for anti-Semitism? It's a push by the Jewish people to take control of your country. And not just America either, but all the countries. All the countries that they inhabit. They're making a push to take control of every country on earth. They're making a push for it right now. And they're going to use American technology to do it, they said. That's what this spokesman for the Trump administration said. He's sitting there live on video. He's got the symbol of Jerusalem Post behind him, you know, where they got this billboard, and it's got Jerusalem Post, Jerusalem Post, Jerusalem Post. It's posted all, you know, the words said repeatedly behind him, or stamped, you know, on a wall somewhere. But anyway, yeah, this guy gets. I'm watching this video with my mouth wide open, going, what? But yeah, a spokesman for the Trump administration, who is a Jew, said he gets off a plane with his yarmulke on, his skull cap, and he proudly boasted that Jews have now taken control of America's technology, and we're going to use it to start mass arresting American citizens for anti-Semitism. And he said that the Trump administration has actually created a government agency on anti-Semitism, and that he was in charge of it, and that they were going to target every American and start mass arresting Americans and throwing them in jail. Are you okay with that, America? Are you okay with Jews taking over the United States? Because that's basically what the man said. Are you okay with that? Because I'm not okay with that. because their law book, the Talmud, says it's okay to enslave and kill Americans. It also says later on, if you keep reading, it says that they can even sacrifice Americans to their God Hashem. A human sacrifice. Yes, it says it in the Talmud. Human sacrifice to their God Hashem. It says it. Are you okay with that, America? Are you okay with people that believe that way? To have control of the United States? Because this guy's bragging, we've got control of the technology now. He said prominent Jews have now got control of America's technology, and they are going to use it to start mass arresting Americans. I hope you're okay with that shit. Like I said, I find a link to that video. I'll post the link for everybody to read it or go watch it for themselves. I couldn't believe it, man. I'm sitting there with my jaw hitting the floor. Like, what? I mean, they're not even hiding it now, I guess. So, I mean, I guess if you got control over the country, you don't have to hide it no more. You can brag about it now, because he's bragging about it. He's bragging about it, man. He's thrilled, but he's tickled pink. But yeah, Trump, in the dark of night, while you were sleeping, created a new entity, a new government agency that literally will arrest you and throw your ass in jail and maybe even kill you if you speak out against anything that a Jew doesn't like. Are you okay with that, American? I hope so, because you got somebody bragging about it live on camera. I just watched the video just a second ago, bragging about it live on camera, how the Jews now have control of America's technology and that they're going to use it to start mass arresting Americans, throwing them in jail, and possibly even executing them.
Can you... where does this guy get off on this kind of bullshit? This is incitement. This is hate. This is hate speech. Hate speech from Von Helton against Jews. Fuck you, Von Helton. I hope the Jews get a hold of you, Von Helton, and I hope they lynch you. Slowly. They tear each limb from your body slowly while you're hanging by your neck on a meat hook, just like in Minecraft. Oh, that would be awesome. But you carry on with your hate. Go ahead.
For the purposes of anti-Semitism. I just got through watching it. If I get that link, man, I'll show it to you. You're gonna absolutely shit your pants. You're gonna shit your pants. You're gonna be like, wait a minute, what? That's a violation of the Constitution. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Of course it's a violation of the Constitution. Dual citizenry is a violation of the Constitution too. But guess what? Half of your Congress is dual citizens. Half your Congress is dual citizens, but yet the founders in their documents, the Federalist Papers and Anti-Federalist Papers, clearly state that dual citizenship is unconstitutional. Let alone unlawful. It's unconstitutional. Because the Constitution is what class?
Bullshit.
The law of the land. Yeah.
Bullshit.
So there you go. Well, enjoy, America.
You're always wrong,
you're about to be arrested if you speak out against Jewish folk. This guy's bragging about it live on air.
Well, you've just done that.
Anyway, just thought I'd...
You've just spoken out against Jewish folk, Von Helton, sitting there in a truck stop with no insurance, no tags for your car. Who's going to get arrested first, Von Helton? You for speaking shit about the Jews and inciting hatred and violence against Jews? Or you for not having the correct tags and being an absolute criminal in American society? You say you're a model citizen? Well, that's a thing of the past now, buddy. You're now a criminal vagabond. You're about as close to being a convict as anybody. Nobody likes you, especially me.
Share and brighten your day a little bit. You have a wonderful day, American. Bye. Alrighty, somebody was asking for an Atlas update. Well, it just so happens that I do have an Atlas update. Just prior to it arriving on the 19th, it would seem, an amateur astronomer with a very, very, very large telescope, holy shit, that must have cost him a fortune, was able to get pictures and video of Atlas, and what he observed is that there are jets coming out of the body of Atlas, and these jets are causing Atlas to spin on its axis. All right, which leads me to believe that it is not a rock. Sorry, it's not a rock. These jets are causing Atlas to spin on its axis. Now you say, well, Von, so what? So what if it's spinning? Who gives a shit? No, dude, you got to understand. You have to understand. If it's spinning on its axis like that, it's creating artificial gravity, which means it is occupied. There is something in there, and that something in there needs gravity. Okay? But it's spinning on its axis like this. Okay? As it's moving forward, it's spinning on its axis as it's moving forward. These jets are blowing out in such a way to cause Atlas to spin on its axis and create artificial gravity. Do you understand the implication? And this is from an amateur astronomer with a very, very, very large telescope, and that changes the whole paradigm right there. Okay, because obviously it's not a rock at this point. It's obviously not a rock at this point, because it's creating artificial gravity when it spins like that on its axis. So whatever's inside needs gravity. Foregone conclusion. So now there are there are rumors that it has reached out to people with clairvoyance and whatnot, and told them, "Oh, we come in peace. We're not here to harm you. We come in peace." Well, we've heard that said before, haven't we? So we'll see. But supposedly, that's what's being said out on the interwebs, is that it's reached out to clairvoyants and people with foresight and what have you, and said, "Oh, we come in peace." Okay, well, that's nice and all, but we've heard that line before. That's the only problem. We've heard that line before, and like I said, you got all the ETs here on Earth. They're on red alert. Every one of them's on red alert, as far as I know. And folks, it's going to be here in just a few more days. The 19th is almost here. Let's get prepared. I hope that the 19th comes and goes without incident. I do. The problem is that it's shaping up to be more than what we originally thought, huh? Yeah. It's not a rock, dude. Okay? There's jets squirting out of it that cause it to rotate on its axis, which makes it habitable for artificial gravity. It's creating an artificial gravity on the inside of Atlas by rotating like that, by rotating on its axis. It's not tumbling, because a lot of people go, "Oh, well, it's tumbling." No, that's not what he showed. What he showed on his video was that it's corkscrewing. Okay, it's corkscrewing. As it goes forward, it's spinning. Okay, on its axis, and therefore, I'm trying to get that hair. I think I finally got it. And so as it's going, it's creating that artificial gravity. And so yeah, I think that pretty much solidifies that it is not just a rock. Rocks don't need artificial gravity. Hell, rocks don't put out a bunch of jets on, either, by the way. So anyway, you wanted an Atlas update, and that's a real humdinger of an update, let me tell you. because obviously, if it's creating artificial gravity on the inside, that stands to reason that there must be someone or something inside there that needs gravity to exist, to live. So, just a little more nugget of truth for you. And like I said, this was captured live video by an amateur astronomer. And like I said, if I find the video, I'll post you the link. But fascinating. And we only got a few more days to go. And the 19th will be here just any minute. Before you know it, the 19th will be here. And like I said, I hope the 19th comes and goes without incident, but it may not. You know, and we have to be prepared for that possible contingency. Anyway, just an update for Atlas. Have a good one. Bye.